Sup y'all, it's Solo. Wanted to give y'all an August summer update on everything that's going on here at the farm. We've cut the hay fields, started to get them baled. We have quite the collection now of hay bales, square hay bales. And soon enough, we're planning on breaking those up and making windrows and start to break them down into soil, hopefully. That's the plan, we'll see what happens. But besides that, we have a whole bunch of raised beds ready to go. We have perennials that are doing good, like the Malabar spinach, the asparagus, the sweet potatoes, the white potatoes. They're all doing okay. Fortunately, the majority of the seeds we started, they did not take. They just didn't have the right moisture retention in the soil. And wood chips was not acceptable, nor does a straw. That doesn't work for the seedlings. Once the plant gets stronger and it has bigger reserves, not so much of a problem. But in the beginning, they need a lot more water that's being held in the soil. So we're going to have to restart a lot of our seedlings. But now it's late August. Certain things probably are not really going to be very preferable to grow. It might make them taste kind of bitter and such. So we got to relook at what we're going to start at this point. But we have most of the duck and chicken enclosure built. The bee enclosure we're going to put together once we're got bees more set up, as I already got the boxes for them. But the chicken and duck enclosure, we have the foundation set. We're about to put the flooring down. We have the automatic door. The chicken feeders are on the way. And we're getting really serious about talking about getting like 3 ducks and 3 chickens. So that's coming up really soon. The building is built, 5,000 square feet of storage. Is great, we love it. We just got the sides insulated, and the next we're going to get the ceiling insulated, and we're going to get power all put up through it. We already got it wired up for power actually. We just got to get the solar setup all going to it. It's technically an off-grid building, so we just need to wire in our own power for it. And besides that, we just had to go around the perimeter and add gravel from where the rains washed it away. We didn't have gutters at first, so we had to scramble to find a gutter installer, and he was a little pushed back, so I couldn't get him installed for a few weeks. And a lot of it's called rock dust that they put down for the foundation got washed away. So I needed a whole nother shipment of slate rock, and I put it all around the building. So it's looking real good now. I have maybe one corner to touch up. But besides that, we're building the retaining wall that's going to lock it all in. And once that's all done, we might even get to the rain barrels this year. But right now, we're really trying to focus on getting the ducks and chickens all set up. We want some farm animals. The garden beds are about 85% done. I mean, I didn't think I'd say that. It took so long building all these beds. There's so many shipments of 2x8s and 2x4s and 2x6s. It was crazy. But now we have a few dozen and we're ready to go. If seedlings don't work, I'm going to fall back to perennials. I know perennials good. I don't think they're going to have a problem in a lot of the soil. But the seedlings are not something I have a lot of experience with. I usually buy perennial plants. It's just what I preferred. But a lot of those tasty vegetables like tomatoes and lettuce, and I was going to say spinach, but I got Malabar spinach. But a lot of them, you just have to get them as annuals, and you have to get them as seedlings, and you can't really transplant them. You can't like buy like a large lettuce plant and put it in the ground. I mean, you can, but you have to be incredibly careful about the root system, and it may need, like, if it's a kale, it might need to drop seed and grow from there to really have good plants. But yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll add more dirt until the seedlings are happy. It was just we thought maybe we could get away with it, but we couldn't. It all makes sense now. Sorry, there's a mosquito coil right below me. The gnats are absolutely terrible here. I think it's partially due to all of the wood chips I have around here. There's just so many, there's so much decaying wood. It brings all the gnats around, and this 3rd acre, for whatever reason, is just gnat haven. So I bring this mosquito coil everywhere I go, and I'm probably gonna buy like a fly hat, one of those things like beekeepers wear to keep the bees out of their face, but they make them for flies too. So I had this here, but I hope it's not scaring away all the pollinators behind me. I haven't been focusing. No, I see them. No, they're still there. Some of them. These wildflowers, they are a buzzing when the insects come out. They just absolutely love these plants. This area is probably about 30 feet by 30 feet of wildflowers. We just tilled up the ground and we threw down seeds, and then we covered it up in wood chips. And between the rains, we got some really heavy rains for a few months. Between that and coming out with the water buffalo, our not a little watering tank, it's like a 60-gallon tank, but we call it our little tank. And we bring out here and it waters everything when we have dry spells, and I don't want these guys to fall back and die. But they're getting so tall. The ones by the greenhouse are so tall, I think it's affecting the dynamics of the greenhouse. So I need to cut those back, and I'm probably going to make some pretty bouquets to give to my girlfriend, and my foreman, he can give them to his wife. So we're going to cut some pretty flowers and make some pretty bouquets in a bit. Wrapping back around to the farm update, we want to finish a retaining wall on the backside. We want to start a food plot. We're only a month away from deer hunting season, so we want to start a food plot to attract them. And then we can set up a tree stand or something right there, and hopefully get ourselves a deer or two this year. But you know, retaining wall is the most important. We don't want the building to wash away. Well, I mean, it's not really going to wash away, but it could like crack the foundation and really mess it up. So, you know, we got our priorities, and every day we just try to put as much time in. Some days I have to go out of town. Some days my foreman has to. But every week we try to put in at least 4 or 5 days of hard work. Probably more. I try to work at least 5 hours when I'm out here. My foreman, man, I was gonna say, I don't know how he sleeps. He doesn't sleep. That's the thing. So he'll work 12 hours and then do it all again. Now he's looking buff as hell. He doesn't even work out, man. He's got that farm built right now. It's crazy. And I think I am too. My girlfriend says, like, man, your back's getting really built. I'm like, I'm just doing some planks, like, in the morning. But I think everything else is shoveling dirt and moving around concrete. It's just, whatever I was at when I was weightlifting, I've kind of kept it, which is cool. So the farm, it's really building me out. It's leaning me out too. I think I lost at least 10, maybe 20 pounds once I got out to the farm, because everything... the immediate homestead's about 5 acres, and then the entire property is closing in on 100. So I've done a lot of walking around here since we got out here in Virginia, and I think it's helping out with my health. I had a much smaller property where I lived, and near the end I felt kind of trapped there, because all the neighbors were just closing in on around me, I felt. And not the case here, man. I got so much space here. I'm loving the wildlife, enjoying all the beautiful pollinators, all this stuff going on around me. It's beautiful. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the update on the farm out here in Virginia. Beautiful central Virginia. I'll try to give another update as soon as I can once I have some more meaningful stuff to bring up. But for right now, we're just focusing on getting the retaining wall built. Ducks and chickens. Bees are probably next year. I can't start bees this late. It's more of an early spring thing. And then we need to get the solar finished setting up, so we got to have Macon stuff come back out here with his buddy and finish wiring that up. And we got a wood furnace on the way. So between those things, that's kind of what we want to wrap up this year. And I think we can do it. It's only halfway through the year, so we're doing good. We made an amazing amount of progress. Just looking at this deer fence and all these raised beds and this behind me, this wasn't here. So like, this is all really cool, and I've tried to, when I get frustrated and I don't feel like I did enough that day, I try to count all the things I did, and I don't really feel that bad after that. Just tired, achy. Anyway, take care, y'all.